how to reprogram your mind, transcend reality, and create the life of your dreams. What if everything you believe about your life is wrong? What if the real problem isn't the lack of money, the pressure, time, or the people who hold you back, but how you think, feel, and respond every single day? Here's the simple yet brutal truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you vibrate. And as long as you're operating in survival mode, stuck in limiting thoughts and scarcity-driven emotions, you'll keep recreating the same reality, even if you do everything right. The real shift begins when you realize that the world around you isn't just a reflection of life itself. It's a reflection of your inner world. In this video, you're going to learn how to align your thoughts, emotion, and energy to collapse time and create a new personal reality. Not 10 years from now, but starting right now. This isn't magic. It's applied neuroscience, emotional intelligence, and energetic awareness, all grounded in the transformational teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, lost, or like you're just repeating the same old patterns, stay with me until the end, because this video isn't just about talking about change. It's about feeling what it means to become the creator of your own life. You can reprogram your mind and transcend your current reality by aligning thoughts, emotions, and energy to create the life you desire, whether that's health, wealth, freedom, or fulfillment. Now imagine for a moment that everything you're experiencing today, every feeling, every challenge, every small win, even those invisible blocks you don't talk about, are all reflections of a mental program you've never questioned. What if I told you that this program isn't permanent? That your unconscious mind, as powerful as it is, can actually be rewritten with intention, practice, and depth? Most people live on autopilot, recreating the same experiences over and over because their limiting thoughts are anchored in old, outdated patterns. But there's another reality available, one where you are the creator of your life, not a survivor of your circumstances, but an architect of the invisible. The key? Align what you think, what you feel, and what you vibrate. When elevated thoughts meet elevated emotions, you ignite a magnetic field that affects not just your inner chemistry, but also the environment around you. And no, this isn't woo-woo talk. This is applied neuroscience. Quantum physics already shows us that reality collapses around the frequency you're broadcasting. And that frequency is shaped by the emotions of the future you allow yourself to feel right now. Gratitude, joy, love, these are the codes of creation. Your body starts believing your desired future is already happening. And when your body believes it, the universe responds. This is what it means to reprogram your mind, not just intellectually, but emotionally. It means feeling before seeing. It means living in the emotional state of what you want to attract, as if it's already happening. If you want freedom, feel free now. If you want true abundance, act with generosity and purpose now. That's how you break free from a scarcity mindset that keeps you trapped in the illusion of time and separation. You don't need to wait to be happy. You just need to live the internal state of your new life before it shows up on the outside. It's a deep process, yes, but also simple. It starts with a conscious decision to stop accepting a life built on fear, stress, and guilt. Instead, you step into the path of inner transformation. And that takes courage, because your old self will resist. It will try to pull you back into that comfortable discomfort you're used to. But remember, everything you want is on the other side of what you already know. Aligning your mind and body is the rupture that opens the way. It's also the first step to creating the life you've always dreamed of. This is where real change begins. If you want a new reality, you must become someone new. The old you doesn't have access to the future you're trying to build. And no matter where you are right now, emotionally, physically, or financially, the starting point is always the same, a decision. The decision to become the conscious creator of your own reality. And to do that, you need to understand an invisible, powerful force that shapes everything, your thoughts and your emotions. You are the creator of your life, not the victim. Your body is your unconscious mind. You react emotionally the same way, whether the event is real or imagined. When you feel the emotion of your desired future before it arrives, you're training your mind and body to believe it's already real. Here's something few people truly understand, and even fewer actually apply. Thought by itself is just creative potential, but emotion is what brings that thought to life. Thinking about wealth without feeling abundant is like standing in front of a locked door without a key. Your body, this incredible receiver and transmitter of energy, doesn't know the difference between a real experience and one that's vividly imagined. When you feel something deeply, your body believes it. It responds with chemistry, with signals, with action. It adapts. And that's where the power lies. The unconscious mind accepts that new emotional state as truth. That's why reprogramming the mind takes more than repeating affirmations in the mirror. You got to live on the inside what you want to see on the outside. Want healing? Feel the emotion of already being healed. Want freedom? Feel the wind on your face like you've already broken free. That emotion of the future is what rewires your biology. And this isn't just inspirational talk. Studies on neuroplasticity show that your brain literally rewires itself based on emotional repetition. In simple terms, thinking with feeling builds a new internal blueprint. The challenge? Many of us are addicted to survival emotions. Fear, anxiety, guilt, anger. These emotions shape our identity. And even if it hurts, the body gets used to that state. It becomes familiar, comfortable. So breaking the cycle is hard, but it starts with awareness. A powerful exercise? Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. How often do you react with tension, judgment, or self-criticism? Then choose something different. Swap criticism for gratitude. Replace rushing with presence. That's what it means to align your mind and body with intention. This process is like building an emotional muscle. At first, you'll forget. You'll fall back into old habits. But remember, you're teaching your body a new language. And like any new language, it takes repetition. Use creative visualization as your tool. Imagine specific scenes with sounds, smells, textures, colors, and feel them as if they're happening right now. Try this before bed or right after waking up. Even 5 minutes a day is enough to start reshaping your personal reality. And as your body begins to adapt to these new emotions, you'll notice something incredible. Your vibration starts to rise, your energy shifts, and you begin attracting experiences that match this new emotional state. Slowly but surely, the invisible becomes visible. But this only happens when you stop being the victim of limiting thoughts and step into the role of conscious creator. And the first real leap forward? Breaking free from the past that's been holding you back. Most people live in chronic disbelief, stuck in past emotions like fear, anger, guilt, and shame. These emotions recreate the same personality, and as a result, the same personal reality. To change your life, you must change your personality, thoughts, behaviors, emotions. The truth is, most people aren't really living. They're just repeating. New days, same energy. New situations, same reactions. Have you noticed how some people always fall into the same patterns? The same types of relationships, the same financial problems, the same emotional emptiness. That's not bad luck. That's repetition. The body gets addicted to old emotions. The unconscious mind keeps replaying the same thoughts. So naturally, life delivers the same results because your personal reality is just a mirror of your personality. These survival emotions, fear, guilt, shame, anger, act like emotional anchors. They keep you tied to an outdated version of yourself. And worse, they make you feel like yourself only when you're experiencing them. The body, in its primal intelligence, gets used to it. It clings to what's familiar, even if it hurts, even if it's destructive. That's why inner transformation can be scary, because it means letting go of the version of you that you've always been. But breaking free from the past doesn't mean ignoring it or pretending it never happened. It means detaching from the emotional weight it carries. It means refusing to let old pain justify your current behaviors. For example, if someone was rejected as a child, they might spend their adult life avoiding deep connections, thinking of protecting themselves, when in reality, they're just sabotaging their own joy. Reprogramming the mind, in this case, means acknowledging the pain, but no longer letting it decide your next step. Here's a practical exercise. Pick one pattern in your life that keeps repeating, something that keeps sabotaging you. Write down everything that has happened related to it. Then, identify the dominant emotion in that pattern. Now comes the real challenge. Every day, during your daily breath work or meditation practice. Bring up the opposite of that emotion. Feel it as if you've already broken free from that cycle. Feel the relief. Feel the lightness. This emotional training starts to disrupt the chemical loop your body is used to. And as this new emotional state becomes familiar, something amazing happens. A new version of you begins to emerge. One with different thoughts, different reactions, and a whole new energy. And when your personality changes, your reality changes. It really is that simple, but it requires daily intention, internal awareness, and most of all, the willingness to stop going back to the comfortable prison of your old self. Only then can you begin to transform your personal reality. From the inside out, your personality creates your personal reality. To create a new life, 1. Become aware of your unconscious thoughts. 2. Stop letting the environment control your emotions. 3. Live the emotions and behaviors of your future self now. Changing your personal reality doesn't start by changing the outside world. It starts by changing who you are in that world. It sounds backwards, I know, but your outer reality is a direct reflection of your inner state. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you act. That's why, if you wake up every day with the same thoughts and react to the same things with the same emotions, your results will be the same. Changing your life means changing from the inside out. It means creating a new you that's capable of stepping into a new version of reality. Step 1, awareness. You got to become the observer of your own unconscious thoughts, the ones that fly under the radar, unquestioned. This isn't for me. I never catch a break. That's just how life is. These are limiting beliefs disguised as facts, but they're not facts, they're habits. So pause and ask yourself, where did this thought come from? Is it even mine? Does it serve me? That's how you start to uninstall the old mental script. That's how you unlock the power of conscious choice. Next, it's time to reclaim your emotional state. Most people are emotionally reactive. Traffic gets bad, they snap. Partner pulls away, they shut down. The environment controls how they feel. But you can flip that script. You can decide how you feel, no matter what's happening outside. That's aligning your mind and body with sovereignty. It's refusing to let external chaos hijack your inner peace. Try it in small moments. When something triggers you, pause, breathe, smile. Remind yourself who you're becoming. And this is exactly where your future self steps in. Picture that version of you, more confident, healthier, successful, at peace. How do they walk? How do they speak? How do they respond to stress? Start acting like that version now. Yes, fake it if you must, but it's not pretending, it's training. Your unconscious mind can't tell the difference between real and imagined. When you live the emotions of your future self today, you begin to attract experiences that match that new vibration. That's reality collapsing in real time. And as that new emotional state becomes your new baseline, you'll start noticing little signs, coincidences, synchronicities, opportunities out of nowhere, people showing up at the perfect time. This isn't magic. It's conscious manifestation. It's you becoming an electromagnetic field aligned with the life you're meant to live. But if you want to keep that field charged and strong, then you need to understand the real engine behind creation. And it all starts with elevated emotions. Lack equals separation equals time. The more you feel like you don't have something, the further away it becomes. To attract faster, you must shorten the gap between thought and manifestation by feeling as if you're already living it. That reduces resistance and brings your desires closer. One of the biggest traps of the human mind is believing that what you want is always out there. More time, more effort, more waiting. But here's what no one tells you. The more you vibrate in lack, the more you delay your own results. Lack creates separation. Separation feeds time. It's a cycle that feeds itself. You desire something, you feel like you don't have it, your body goes into scarcity and time stretches out. It's like chasing your own tail. That's why so many people die still waiting, because they never realize that the fastest way to what you want is to feel like it's already yours. Now ask yourself, what emotion comes up when you think about something you don't have yet? If it's anxiety, frustration, or impatience, guess what? Your body is programmed for waiting, not for receiving. and your unconscious mind locks that in as truth. The secret is to shorten the gap between thought and manifestation, not by rushing, but by being present. Feel it now, live it now, be grateful now. This dissolves the illusion of time as separation and transforms desire into a matching vibration. Want a real-world example? Let's say someone wants to make a major career change. Instead of waking up every day with the weight of, "It's not here yet," they can ask, "How would my successful future self start this day?" Maybe with more calm, more clarity, more confidence. So, even if their bank account is still tight, they get up with purpose, dress with pride, and organize their day like someone who's already made it. That behavior activates the future's energy now. And no, that's not pretending, that's awareness. Pretending is lying to yourself. Feeling before seeing is training your body to live in a new emotional reality. And that, my friend, is a powerful hack for creation. It lowers resistance, rewrites limiting beliefs, and moves you into a vibrational state that draws aligned experiences. True abundance doesn't show up in urgency. It shows up in the quiet confidence of someone already ready to receive. Because life doesn't respond to how hard you push. It responds to how deeply you align. Once you understand this, everything shifts. You stop looking at the future through eyes of lack and start looking through the eyes of memory. Because now, you're remembering the future. You already feel it. And as that feeling intensifies, separation fades, time collapses, and reality begins to respond. But to make this real, you'll need more than a moment of insight. You'll need a daily practice, a sacred routine where mind and body meet fully in the now. People don't meditate to heal, they meditate to change. In just 7 days of elevated emotional states, it's possible to change brain chemistry, improve heart coherence, strengthen the immune system, and suppress disease-related genes. Meditation isn't an escape from the world. It's a return to who you truly are. When you close your eyes, quiet the outside noise, and drop into that inner space, something powerful happens. You stop identifying with the version of yourself you've been up until now. You step away from the role of victim, away from the unconscious mind that runs your reactions, and step into the role of creator of your own reality. This daily practice is like brushing your soul. It's not about feeling peaceful all the time. It's about training your brain and body to operate in a new way. The impact is far more scientific than spiritual, though it's deeply spiritual too. In just 7 days of consistently connecting with elevated emotions like gratitude and love, your brain chemistry starts to change. Your body begins releasing compounds that fuel neuroplasticity, helping form new patterns of thought. Your heart enters a state of coherence, balancing your heartbeat, emotions, and even strengthening your immune system. This isn't a metaphor, it's biology. It's science applied to inner transformation. And you can start small. 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough to begin. Pick a time, maybe early in the morning, before the world pulls you into its chaos. Or at night, when things quiet down. Sit still, breathe, watch your thoughts. Don't fight them, just observe. Then bring to mind a clear image of your future self. Picture it in detail. Feel those future emotions as if they're happening now. Let your body react. That's transformational meditation. That's aligning mind and body with clear intent. And here's the beauty of it. The more you practice, the more your body starts to prefer this new emotional state. It begins to crave peace over pressure, love over fear, joy over urgency. It's like replacing a toxic fuel with something purer. And over time, you'll notice you don't react the way you used to. Stressful situations come, but they don't shake you the same. People notice. You change the energy around you because you change the energy within you. And it all started with a practice that seemed too simple to be so powerful. That's where the magic is, in humble repetition, in the daily choice to slow down and observe, to remember who you're becoming. Because that quiet moment, the one that feels unproductive, is the moment you redefine your entire story. It's the space where old patterns are broken. And when those patterns break, you begin to unlock parts of your life that have been stuck for years, even the ones tied to money and abundance. Money isn't bad. It's neutral and should be a reflection of your values and purpose. True abundance isn't about accumulating. It's about having so much you can share. Survival emotions like stress and fear block abundance. A lot of people have a distorted relationship with money. They grew up hearing things like money is dirty, rich people are greedy, or wealth keeps you from heaven. These ideas stick to the unconscious mind and shape the way someone deals with their finances. The result? Even when opportunities show up, they shrink back. They feel guilty for earning more. They're afraid of losing it. And without realizing it, that energy of stress and scarcity blocks the flow of abundance, not as punishment, but as energetic coherence. True abundance isn't about showing off or hoarding. It's about flow. It's about having enough to live with dignity, help others, fulfill your dreams, and contribute to something bigger than yourself. And that only happens when your energy around money aligns with your purpose and values. Once you understand that money is just a neutral tool, one that can multiply good when it's in the right hands, everything changes. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies it. If you're generous, it expands that. If you're selfish, it expands that too. It simply reveals. Now think about it. What if you saw money as an ally, as a reflection of your energetic frequency? And what if, starting today, you train your body to feel the emotion of already having financial freedom, even if your bank account still says otherwise? That emotion of the future, that feeling of ease, security, gratitude, that's what reprograms the mind. Remember, your body doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. It only reacts to what you feel now. Want to begin shifting this in real life? Start with small steps. Manage your budget with gratitude, even if it's tight. Stop speaking badly about wealthy people. That's revealing a limiting belief. When you see someone prospering, silently affirm, that's possible for me too. Study money with curiosity, not fear. A couple of great books to start with: Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, or The Richest Man in Babylon. This isn't just financial education. It's emotional re-education. And in time, you'll see it. Money starts flowing from unexpected places. You attract opportunities, connections, profitable ideas. Why? Because you stopped operating from survival emotions and started vibrating in trust, purpose, and gratitude. That's the new you you're building. Someone who doesn't need external validation to feel abundant. Someone who knows it's not money that makes you feel safe. It's your energy that attracts the money. And if you want to keep that energy high, you've got to nurture where it comes from, your emotional home. Children have mirror neurons. They learn by watching, not by what you say. Parents living in stress pass that energy on to their kids. The best way to teach emotional intelligence is to model it in everyday life. There's something powerful and sometimes painful that every parent needs to understand. Your kids aren't just listening to what you say, they're absorbing who you are. Children are like emotional antennas. Their brains are still developing and often operate in a semi-hypnotic state, meaning everything is absorbed quickly and deeply. And through mirror neurons, they mimic behaviors, posture, and emotional responses. If a parent is constantly stressed, anxious, or angry, the child won't feel peace just because they hear, "I love you." They feel the energy in the room, and they mirror that emotional pattern. And here's the truth. Teaching emotional intelligence isn't about giving lectures. It's about being an example. There's no point telling your child to stay calm if your voice is shaking, your posture is tense, and your energy is collapsing. Kids don't learn from your words. They learn from your vibe. So, if you want to raise emotionally strong children, start by managing your own emotional state. Reprogramming your mind in this context isn't just personal growth. It's energetic legacy. It's something you pass down, whether you realize it or not. Want a practical example? Let's say your child breaks something or throws a tantrum. Instead of snapping in anger, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what emotion is behind this reaction? Is it frustration? Exhaustion? Fear of failing as a parent? Now choose differently. Respond with clarity, but also with presence. Teach with your tone, your eyes, your hug. That's how you plant seeds of emotional transformation in them, without needing to say a word. And listen, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be conscious. Show them that you feel, that you make mistakes, that you're also learning. That builds connection. That teaches empathy. Because emotionally healthy kids don't need flawless parents. They need real parents. Parents who teach them how to feel and how to deal with what they feel. That's emotional intelligence. And that's true abundance being built inside your home. An abundance far deeper than money. The kind made of safety, love, and belonging. And the most beautiful part, as you heal your own limiting beliefs, the ones you may have inherited from your parents, you begin breaking generational cycles. You become the bridge, the one who chooses differently, the one who observes thoughts, who becomes a new version of themselves, and who inspires their children to do the same. And this impact doesn't end in childhood. It stays with them. It becomes them. And that's why your growth, even when it's hard, is always worth it. Because your greatest reason to change might be looking up at you every single day. Change rarely happens when life feels okay. Most people only change after crisis, illness, or loss. But you can choose to be led by a vision of the future instead of memories of the past. Change hurts, not because it's wrong, but because it forces you to leave what feels familiar. And what's familiar, even when it drains you, keeps you stuck, or wears you down, still feels safe. The unconscious mind prefers the discomfort it knows over the freedom it doesn't. That's why so many people only change after a crash, a diagnosis, a breakup, a financial collapse. When life screams, they finally listen. But here's the truth. You don't have to wait for pain. You can choose to be led by the future, not haunted by the past. And let's be honest, what you call comfort might actually be emotional captivity. A job you hate but won't leave. A relationship that's ended emotionally but still continues. A tired body that you ignore. And all of it held together by limiting thoughts like, this is just how it is, or nothing ever works for me. But you know what? Those thoughts aren't facts. They're programs. And every program can be uninstalled. Reprogramming the mind is about replacing I can't with how can I? Here's the real challenge of change. It requires a new identity. And to do that, you have to say goodbye to the person you've been. That's scary. Scary to become someone you don't fully know yet. Scary to fail. Scary to be judged. But that fear, it's not a sign you're not ready. It's a sign you're leaving the safety zone of the unconscious mind. It's your biology pulling you back to the old you. But you don't fit there anymore. And if you're listening to this now, part of you already knows it's time. Want a powerful exercise to start this shift? Grab a piece of paper and write. If I keep being who I am now, what will my life look like in 5 years? Say it out loud. Feel it. Then write, who do I need to become to create the life I truly want? Don't overthink. Just feel. Just visualize. That one moment of clarity can open a doorway inside you. Because when the future becomes more emotionally real than the past, your energy starts to shift. And that's where real inner transformation begins. Yes, change is hard. But staying the same, that's unbearable. And at some point, the pain of not becoming who you were meant to be outweighs the fear of evolving. When that happens, you move, you choose, you grow. But what if, instead of waiting for that moment to hit you, you decided right now? Because when you shift your energy, even just a little, something in your reality responds. And it opens a door to a power far beyond logic. A power that lets you remember a future that's already waiting for you. Intense emotions create strong memories. This applies to both trauma and powerful visions of the future. When you deeply feel your future, your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. It reconnects with that vision. Have you ever wondered why certain traumas leave such a deep mark on us? It's because the emotion was intense. The body recorded it. The brain stored it. The memory stuck. But here's the twist. The same mechanism that locks in pain can also be used to anchor your future. Your unconscious mind doesn't really know what's past or future. It only responds to what you feel right now. And when you feel with intensity what it's like to already be living your best life, the brain starts working for you. It rewires, triggers your reward system, and begins searching for evidence of that new reality. This is where the idea of remembering the future comes in. It might sound strange at first, but it makes total sense once you understand how your biology works. When you visualize your future with so much clarity that you can smell the air, hear the sounds, and feel every detail, your body reacts as if it's really happening. That emotional rehearsal activates brain regions connected to real-life experiences. It's like practicing your new life before it arrives. And the more you rehearse, the more natural it feels. Let me give you a practical example. Say your dream is to live in a peaceful home surrounded by nature. Instead of treating it like a maybe someday, close your eyes and walk to that home right now. See the open windows, hear the birds, smell the fresh coffee in the kitchen. Let that emotion flood you. That's your body remembering the future. And when done consistently, the simple practice rewires your mind and shifts your energy. And here's the amazing part. Once you start feeling like you're already living that future, your vibration changes. And suddenly, you start attracting people, ideas, synchronicities, and opportunities that match your new emotional state. That's what conscious manifestation really is. Living with intention. Because the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to your coherence. And coherence happens when your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are aligned in the same direction. Remembering the future isn't fantasy. It's strategy. It's an act of faith, yes, but also applied neuroscience. And as this practice becomes part of your daily life, the impossible begins to feel natural. The unlikely starts to look probable. And life reflects back exactly what you're holding firmly inside. But here's the catch. You can't just imagine it. You have to live it every single day, in thought, in emotion, and in action. How to start becoming the creator of your life. 1. Visualize your future daily with emotion and intention. 2. Feel emotions like gratitude and empowerment as if it's already real. 3. Notice when old patterns return and choose differently. 4. Maintain your internal state even when the outside world challenges you. 5. Treat this as a daily experiment. Conscious creation doesn't begin when everything's perfect. It begins when you choose to live with intention, even when things feel messy or unclear. Creating your dream life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about becoming someone who vibrates in that direction right now. And it all starts with one habit: creative visualization. But not just any visualization. It has to include emotion. It has to include presence. It's not enough to just imagine. You have to feel it before you see it. Gratitude, love, empowerment. These are the emotional bridges that connect your mind to the future you want to live. This isn't some motivational fluff. It's neurological rewiring. It's neuroplasticity in action. When you feel an emotion deeply, your body records it. And when you repeat that emotional state consistently, your nervous system adapts. A new you begins to emerge. But of course, your old patterns will try to pull you back. Your unconscious mind will serve up the same old limiting thoughts. That's where the real work begins. Becoming aware, choosing differently, taking a breath, and deciding not to betray yourself again. It might seem small in the moment, but that's everything. It's when you choose not to react in anger, when you choose gratitude in the middle of chaos, when you show kindness, even without a reason. These tiny choices shape your new personality. Because it's easy to feel good when everything's going well. The real power, the transformation, comes when you hold your elevated emotional state even while the outside world tests you. That's alignment. That's heart coherence. That's how you consciously create your personal reality. And yes, you'll slip up. You'll forget. You'll fall back into old habits. But instead of beating yourself up, treat this like a daily experiment, a personal transformation lab. Ask yourself, what if today I did everything differently? What if I acted like my future self right now? Play with that. Make change feel light, fun, even playful. Because the real power of creation doesn't come from pressure. It comes from consistent practice. You might not see massive changes in the first few days, but stick with it. Stay in that state of presence. Keep choosing yourself. Keep remembering who you're becoming. Because as your internal world becomes stronger, the external world will begin to shift in ways you never imagined. And that's when the big question shows up, the one that changes everything. If I change my energy, can I change my life? Now that you have this knowledge in your hands, the real question is, what are you going to do with it? Will you just watch this, feel inspired, and go back to the same old routine? Or will you let this be the turning point? Because the life you want doesn't depend on luck. It depends on practice. It depends on intention. It depends on decision. The only thing standing between you and the life of your dreams isn't the world out there. It's the state you're in right now. So let me ask you this. Are you ready to reprogram your mind? To notice your patterns, feel it before you see it, and live the emotion of your future as if it's already here? Are you ready to let go of the limiting beliefs you inherited without even realizing? Because if the answer is yes, then the game has already changed, and your new life has already begun. Now tell me, who is the new you that's walking away from this video? If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. What hit you the hardest? What will you apply starting today? Let me know. And of course, if this content made sense to you, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Because here, every week, you're going to learn how to tap into your real power and consciously create the life you were born to live.